Finally, back at it again with another Surron episode. This is Surron Beginner / Appearance Mods Part 2. This is going to serve as Part 2 to both. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it.
We're in the RV for some of this one. Not unlike before.
Let's get it. Again. Because I don't have a knife, we're using the RV keys. Brown chicken, brown cow, brown chicken, brown cow. Seriously, just look at these though. Bang. Woo-hoo-hoo. Bang. Made in the USA. Ah, it's a box inside a box. Again. Oh, goddamn, you guys are amazing. This is so much heavier than it looks and so solid. This is beautiful engineering. You guys rock. As always, expected nothing less. Stem mount, Warp9, risers, extra shims, steer lock. Not sure if we'll need that, but just in case, I'd like to put it on anyway. We'll find out how hard it is. But I've heard we needed these, so I got it. Brake stuff is for another day. Episode coming soon. Let's get into that.
3 bolts here with the linkage. Top one connects to the triangle. Middle one mounts to the bike. Bottom one holds the bottom of the shock. All 3 gotta come off. And this top one. Top of the shock. Might have to hammer a bolt or 2 out here and there. Use something soft. So after removing the 3 linkage pieces and the top of the suspension, the triangle, all that stuff, everything should slide out very easy. I like to keep all my bolts kind of around the object and where they're supposed to be so I don't forget where they're supposed to go. These are important. Gotta have these in. Everything is real snug with that linkage, but that's how it's supposed to be. A lot of hardware is included between the linkage and the triangle especially, but not all. So like I said, hang on to your stuff and know what goes where, because bolts are different lengths for different spots, especially on that linkage.
Tricky thing on your own.
So I had a few things happen, a few hiccups. I got the triangle and the linkage on, but no matter how many bolts I loosen up around my stem, and even my headset, all this stuff here, I cannot seem to get the cap off to my steer lock, stem lock, whatever you want to call it. And I hear this has to come off and be replaced with an aftermarket one in order to use the new stem. Not only that, but even if I could get this off, this new Warp9 Steer Lock, I think on their website it's labeled as Steer Lock 2. Comes in different colors. I just got it in black. It requires this really funky star-shaped key, or Allen, or wrench, or something. So I'm probably gonna have to hit a hardware store for that. I definitely don't have that tool or attachment. By the way, real quick, that linkage and triangle, that's not even the lifting one, the performance one that's bigger. There's 2 linkages on Prickly's website. One is, I think they're the same price, but one is taller and will lift the bike. That's not even the one. That's the normal one, and with the triangle. And I swear to gosh, guys, this thing sits taller now. Like, oh yeah. It's just back to a much better height. It was starting to feel awfully low, and I wasn't sure if that was from use, like the suspension or something getting broken in. Maybe. But I feel like it sits. It looks more angled to me. This all looks more upright. But I think this is going to have to wait until we get back west to home. Because for now, we have some riding to do. So, without further ado, let's get into it. The ride. The riding this time. I love this little pouch. Link below. Amazon. But for something like this, and you'll understand in a few moments, I'm not going to use this phone mount. Link below. It's cheap, but it works. It does allow my phone to jiggle and move around a bit, so it wouldn't work good for recording or anything like that. But it's good for holding the phone there. I've never had my phone drop. Officially over 400 miles. Some are going to say I've barely ridden this bike at that amount. You are correct. That's okay. I've had 402 good fun miles, but I got something to show you. And along with that, another story time. Let's first get out to the road. So, as some of you may have already guessed, I'm on a little vacation right now, and I have a friend come hang out with me. She got so lost. I feel so bad. I thought I should probably go meet her at the end of the road because this is the middle of nowhere, but then I was like, no, she's a good driver. She can figure it out. She got a GPS, blah, blah, blah. And she did figure it out, but props to her for doing this in a little car. I'll just leave it at that because I don't want to divulge any personal information. So for this sake, I'm just going to show you what road her GPS accidentally took her down to get her to where I'm staying in the RV. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. I went down it in my Jeep, a borrowed Jeep, right after, like we went down it together so she could show me what road it accidentally took her down, and I was astounded that her little car made it up this. Of course, Jeep Wrangler ain't gonna have no issues. Axle lock, sway bars, adjustments, all that shit. I mean, everything aside from off-roading, you know, suspension, which arguably they come with from the factory. But yeah, check this out. It turns into a different name at the other end. But so crazy that she made it down this. And by the way, I just balanced the cells. 100% charge. We are out here on a good battery. Flipping it into sport mode finally now for the first time, believe it or not. We just cruised up that hill like 30 miles an hour the whole time in eco. But this is easy. This is the nothing part, right? This might as well be a trail. It's a little soft right now, I ain't gonna lie. We've been getting some rain. I don't expect this to be muddy, or terribly muddy I should say, but it gets rougher than this up ahead. Yeah, see this? See this? Oh. Oh, you gotta be careful with that front brake on stuff like this. Oh shit. Yeah, that is loose. I gotta be careful. Oh, and everything's covered in leaves now too. It's so much harder to see. And just for the record, on two wheels like this, you're able to book it up and down and stuff like that a lot quicker, obviously. But for those of you that might not know, going up that with a car or even a 4x4 Jeep is not going to be easy. So props to her. And this turns into a different road that comes out on the pavement in Perkinsville, Vermont. We're going to turn around and go back up it just to simulate the drive that she had, because she came from this way. Down there is the pavement in Perkinsville. .40, basically. Yeah. It is slightly uphill battle right here, but I'm gonna scooch forward this time. Ooh. Oh, this shit is so loose. Oh. But yeah. I probably should have gone slower to show it better, but I wanted to book it on the way back. Oh, No tread on the rear. This whole fucking thing just gave me a death wobble while burning out. Just about. That's got to be one of my favorite things to do on this bike, rolling burnouts. Like everybody else, wheelie happy. Yeah, I like it too, although I'm not very good at it. And at one point in time I was trying to learn the stoppies till I ate shit once or twice. I got one more thing I wanted to check out while we're out here on this road. Ugh. And then I gotta go back to the RV, check on my kitties and stuff. I totally don't know if this is kosher or not, by the way, so do as I say, not as I do, kids. But this is a town with a population of probably less than 300, so I think I might be able to get away with it here. This is an old cemetery. Rest in peace to all these guys and gals, kids, dogs, bunny rabbits. Oh, this is cool. I mean, seriously, all respect. It's just, it's cool too. It's nice to see. This is cute. So I'm not going to ride around up here too much because now that I see it's not really a spot for that. But this is nice. For being a middle of nowhere town, this is really cute and nice. And I'm sure creepy after dark. Or just in general for some people. But yeah, that's cool. It's nice that they have that up here. Look at this. It's the middle of nowhere, folks. As I almost eat shit. Oh. These guys are actually pretty fast. Gotta close my mouth and breathe through my nose for a minute. And the best view in the joint. I should really stop and let y'all get a better view, but that's okay. I really want to know what's up some of these paths, but I feel like it's gotta be somebody's property. Oh. This thing is so durable. That's property. I can't do that. Coast clear. Oh, that was steep. I don't see any posted signs. We're gonna go slow. Oh, this is a nice trail. Except there is still some little stumps that could potentially pop a tire. Wow, this is a nice trail, guys. I hope I'm not in somebody's land, because that's kind of scary out here. That was fun. I'm glad I at least checked that out a little bit. Let's see. That's much steeper than it looks too. I hope y'all enjoyed that ride. So we actually got it on, the stem and steer lock. Let's ride while we talk about it. Oh, actually, I'll show y'all how we did that first, and then jump right into it. So I'm a dummy. All you gotta do is take that centerpiece out. I had like a knife and stuff in between the headset or the stem, trying to pry it up and stuff. No, you just gotta pop out that little centerpiece. It's rubber. Taking my phone mount off of this, but also link below because I definitely like it. Loosen everything up. The stem and your triple clamp, technically. and that's an Allen on the stock one. You only need that T45 star nut for the aftermarket Warp9 Stem Lock / Steer Lock. Now you can see everything there is very loose, and that's because I already loosened everything up. It's okay. Now just take your handlebars off. Gonna have to remove your headlight too. The fun part, you gotta hammer out that star nut in the middle.
Almost.
Find something long enough. Now here, I'm only trying to demonstrate that they do thread together and touch. See, I can send that top square up through. Spacers, we needed 3. Now it's important to note that you don't need to really grease this thing up this well. It does get around. Once you actually thread it in there, it's gonna move around the anti-seize, but sometimes less is more. Here you can see me using that T45 star. Headlight goes back on. Fitting the riser first, that's 20 millimeters extra. And then the stem. Handlebars go back in. This thing looks sick. At first, on Instagram, other people's bikes, pictures, I'm always not so sure how I feel about the tall bars, but with the feel and these colors, I'm officially digging it. It's warmed up to me. I like it a lot. I did check my odometer before I reset it, and I did 26 plus something miles when I was in Vermont with a max speed of like 47. Holy crap, folks. This stem mount, I mean the stem lock, whatever. It's just something we needed in order to make the stem work and the riser for it. But what a much more comfortable ride now. With the prickly linkage and triangle in the back, I feel like I sit higher. And then with the new stem lock, the direct mount, I feel like my arms are in a more relaxed position. What a different feel now. I know I talked about the linkage a little bit already, but like together, this might as well classify as suspension. It's not really. I mean, maybe the triangle and linkage, but anyway, I leaked this a few days early with some super nice pictures on my Instagram, link below and on the screen, hopefully, if I can figure that out. Or at least I'll put my handle up. Might not be able to link it. But yeah, you guys should follow me there if you don't already, because I'm going to continue to do that. Like, here's another little leak. You'll have to watch this video in order to know this. I'm definitely going to be releasing some stuff on the RSF over the next week or two, because we definitely put the Electro & Co kit in there. No crazy spoilers here today, but god dang, what a machine. Yeah, it's a real little mini moto now, and I can't wait to show y'all. So subscribe to my IG if you haven't already, and you'll get to see that thing ahead of time a little bit. I did a bolt check too before I started this ride. Everybody, this is your reminder. I want to say like weekly bolt check. Yeah, you should be doing that once a week for sure. I'm about to tell you, the mini moto got a 76 volt, and it is a lot to handle. Like, for Rizzle, guys, is a lot. It's got way more oomph than a Surron, I think. We're about to test those in the next video too, so hang tight. And enough of me garbling. Maybe I can get some good money shots in this ride. But otherwise, it's been a blast, y'all. Stay tuned.